So as you can see, new CMYK colors and swatches can be very easily created and mixed. Now you can, just so you know, I'm just going to deselect here so we have nothing highlighted. You can double click on the color swatch here in the color panel, and that brings up the system color picker. Now whilst it does give you the correct CMYK breakdowns here, that's totally fine, but I would not use this window over here for, dragging and selecting a color and really sort of trusting what the CMYK breakdown is here. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. What I would recommend is using a swatch guide that has pre-printed mixtures of CMYK values. Now, most printers actually have such a thing and can usually loan them out, but you can also purchase them from companies such as Pantone. They have one called the Process Guide, and they're incredibly handy when trying to choose and mix a new CMYK color swatch for your artwork. So I just wanted to point that out as we reach this stage. Now we've got our green, white and red Italian stripes here in our artwork, and I think it would be very cool if we defined custom swatches for these. So again, if we need to adjust them, we can adjust them across the entire width of our artwork by simply changing the swatch. So again, nothing is selected. What we'll do is come down into the swatches panel, come to the bottom, click the new swatch icon again, and let's create ourselves a brand new one. So this one's going to be called Flag Green. Again, it's process global, so we can do our global updates. And what we'll do here is let's change this to 70% cyan, 0 magenta. We'll do 100% yellow, and we'll drop the black down to around 20. Okay, now you can play with these as much as you need to. These are just numbers that I've already got defined. So we'll say OK, and that now adds it into our swatches panel. Let's go down and add yet another swatch. And we'll call this one Flag Red, and we'll make a couple of quick changes. Let's drag the cyan all the way down to 0. We can push the magenta and yellow up to 100% and leave that 20% black in there, so we just get something that's slightly darker than your natural red. Alright, again, click OK, and that's now in there. Now in order to apply those swatches, we can actually use a nice little shortcut to help us out. I'm just going to zoom up into the area where we can see both sets of stripes on the A4 and the A3. And what we'll do is make sure our Italian stripes layer is unlocked here in the layers panel. Then I'm going to get the direct selection tool, A, and click on our first green stripe over here, alright? Now one very cool thing is, let's say we've used these stripes in 40 different places all over multiple artboards in this document. I don't want to have to select every single green one and then apply the swatch. It would be nice if Illustrator could do it for us. Well, it can. If you look up here in your control panel, and do remember my settings up here might be slightly different just because of my window size, but you're looking for this icon here, which allows you to select the same, or select similar options, it's called. If I click on that, you can see we have all our options here. I have one called Fill Color. So if I now select that, and that will basically apply that as a default now, so when we use this tool in future, it will always choose Fill Color. If I go ahead and select it, you'll see it keeps this one highlighted, but has also automatically selected the other green stripe and anywhere else in the document. Even if we can't see it, we know it will be highlighted. Now with that selected, we could go ahead and say, please apply flag green. All right. Now if we go down to the red swatch, we can do the same thing. All we have to do this time is simply click on the icon to apply same fill color, and it's picked up both red stripes. Once again, we can go down and apply our swatch. Now whilst we're here, do also bear in mind we changed our background to dense black. When we copied these stripes over from our original artwork, you can actually see they are filled with just 100% black. So once again, setting those preferences at the beginning, very important to pick up on potential problems like this. So I'm going to go ahead and select the background black on this one, and also hold down the shift key and just grab the background behind these stripes as well. I'm not going to do select same fill at this point, which essentially you could do because there are other elements in this artwork that are filled with 100% black and might want to stay like that for now. So just for this point, we're only going to select these two manually, then go down into the swatches and fill with dense black.